to post this video of a presentation that I was going to share with you today. I'm going to discuss some of the course issues that were brought to my attention and hit the reset button for everyone, and just kind of go over some of the assignments that are found in your Canvas today. And so the assignments that have been posted for this week are focused on the sub area 1, Foundations of Reading Development. We're focusing on terminology and teaching strategies and how you can apply it to the fort. We're going to review phonological awareness and phonemic awareness. And I've posted for you a Quizlet practice as well as practice from the actual fort exam. Practice questions found on the website. And your assignment, which is due March 1st, is a case study, which can also be found on Canvas. So first, I just want to address the course issues that were brought to my attention. The first issue is on organization and structure of the course. So again, I've restructured some of the assignments and resources available for you all. And also, I want to touch on direct instruction, collaborative group work, and partner work, and just explain to you how this course is structured since we are learning remotely and we have a large class size as well as asynchronous and synchronous as well. I'm going to address the technical issues that come up when you're working and learning from home and the clinical placement issue as well as preparation for the fourth test. So just to address the issue of organization and structure for this course, I want you to refer to the learning outcomes and standards for this course in your syllabus. The course assignments have been modified to align specifically to the Wisconsin Foundations of Reading Test. There are over 30 students in this course, and so therefore it's imperative for us to try to work with partners and groups and not have just complete lecture. And so I want to stay away from that old saying, a sage on the stage, and do more interactive, engaging learning with everyone during the time that we spend in our synchronous classes. So you will get some synchronous time to work on your assignments, asynchronous time to work on your assignments, and also some asynchronous days where you'll get some direct instruction and collaborative work. And so I've adjusted the schedule so that you can see exactly how we're going to do that. So this week we went over again foundations of reading development. We talked about phonological and phonemic awareness. And then we are going to dive into continue with foundations of reading next week and the role of phonics in promoting reading development. And also included next week, March 3rd, we're going to talk more about understanding word analysis, skills and strategies, which is the fourth section under developmental reading. And then under sub area number 2, developmental reading and comprehension, we're going to talk about understanding vocabulary development. And the sixth standard for the fort is understanding how to apply reading comprehension skills and strategies to imaginative and literary text. Week 7, we're going to go into developmental reading comprehension, understanding how to apply reading comprehension skills and strategies. March 17th, we're going to continue with that. And then sub-area 3 for the fort is reading assessment and instruction. So we're going to take a deeper dive during the week of April 5th and April 7th. Week 9, we will talk about understanding multiple approaches to reading instruction, which relates to the fort, and also sub-area 9 is integration of knowledge and understanding. And last but not least, we're going to go into the word study and writing workshop, which will also prepare you for integration of knowledge and understanding, which is on your fort test. Last week, week 12, we're going to review for your final exam, and your final exam is going to be on May 10th. So I was going to share with you a video today that we did not meet in class, and this is just a funny video just to kind of talk about how we're all learning and working from home. And so to eliminate as much interruption to this course as possible. I do have a built-in synchronous day for you all to do your own independent learning, but I will also be available for those of you who need support from me. And so if you do need support outside of our scheduled time on Wednesday, between 2 and 3:22, please do email me. I do work nights and weekends, and I'm available if you need to talk or you need more support. Please do reach out. As far as clinical placements are concerned, one of the things about learning how to teach is to actually be able to be in a classroom. And so the purpose of a clinical assignment is to provide students with an opportunity for practice, feedback, and coaching. But because we have COVID-19 restrictions, there will be no clinicals. Instead, you will view videos and write lesson plans and case studies to demonstrate your knowledge of learning how to teach reading. And also to prepare you for the reading foundations of reading test, we will have some built-in preparation for you. So the course is designed to give you a foundational understanding of the 5 pillars of reading. You will learn about all the topics assessed on the FORT. You can apply the knowledge you gain in this course to the practice test and you can do on your own. You will explicitly learn how to connect the material to the FORT test. And I will include materials, links, articles, videos for you to use to get you ready for your test. So today's essential questions are: what is the difference between phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, and phonics? Why are phonics and phonemic awareness important to teach in K through 2 classrooms? What are some different approaches to teaching phonics? And what is the role of phonics in learning to read? What is the difference between alphabetic principle, decoding, grapheme, morpheme, phoneme, phonemic awareness, phonics, and phonological awareness? How does this connect to the FORT? Well, 35% of the test questions on the FORT are related to the foundations of reading development. So this is what we are preparing for this unit here. So as you learned last week, phonological awareness is an individual's awareness of phonological structure or sound structure of words. Phonological awareness is an important and reliable predictor of later reading abilities. And so you think of it as a building block. One of the best predictors of student success or failure for learning to read is phonemic awareness, a subcomponent of phonological awareness. A phoneme is the smallest unit of sound. An indicator of phonemic awareness is the ability to segment and blend the sounds in words. For example, say the word cat. Now say each sound and count out the sounds using your fingers. So if you say cat, you hear 3 sounds. But if you say the word ball, you hear 3 sounds and see 4 letters. So some students can segment and blend these sounds before they begin formal schooling because they are learning to hear the sounds of the letters and not actually associating the letters with the sounds yet. Which brings us to alphabetic principle. As you progress, the students will learn how to connect the letters to the sounds that they are hearing. And so as you can see on this slide here, first you hear the words, and then you will actually associate the sounds with the letters, and then you hear the words in spoken sentences. You will hear syllables in spoken words, and the students will learn to hear onsets and rhymes in words, and then you will hear individual phonemes in words. So this is how we go from the simplest to the most complex structure for students. Um, Phonological awareness is listening only. It's not print again. And so that does not mean that you do not read to your students and show your students print. But when you do teach phonemic awareness, students must concentrate on what they are hearing and not on the print. After children understand the concept of phonemic awareness and can blend and segment 3 to 4 phoneme words, they can begin to learn to match the sounds to the printed letters. So you want to go in order. Another view of phonological awareness on the continuum includes phoneme blending, segmentation and manipulation, onset rhyme blending and segmentation, syllable blending and segmentation, sentence segmentation, and rhyme alliteration. So this kind of connects to the previous slide that we just saw with the triangle with the pyramid. So on this continuum, you'll have students who have challenges or difficulties. And some of those difficulties include blending phonemes into a whole word, telling which word is different, identifying medial sound, and substituting individual sounds. So if a student is having trouble blending phonemes, you want to start with blending two separate phonemes. If that's too difficult, practice blending onset rhymes. If a student is having problems with telling which word is different in a group of three or more words, you want to be sure the student understands the concepts of same and different. So you want to begin by separating the different sounds such as door, opening, and water running. If a student is having identifying medial sound, be sure the student knows what medial means. Start with identifying initial sound and then the final sound and finally the middle sound. And last but not least, if a student is having trouble substituting individual sounds, you start with deleting sounds. Always say the sounds, not the letter names, and have students repeat the word. And so, for example, if the word is fat, you ask them to take the F off and say at, and then you ask them to do another word like nope. Tell them to take away the P, and they know that the word is no. And so you just repeat um, simple words like that until students get the gist of what you're trying to teach them before you move on in the continuum. And so next we're going to talk about just kind of giving you a basic understanding of how many phonemes that you will be teaching your students. So you have 26 letters, but you have 44 phonemes. And there are 98 frequently reoccurring phoneme grapheme associations, or 44 sounds that are written. And some sounds have more than one spelling. For example, there are 8 ways to spell the sound A, long A. And so some examples of that are bake, straight, eight, pay, veil, pale, um, and break, B-R-E-A-K, B-R-E, B-R-A-K-E. So there are several different ways that you can spell the long A in different words. So to get through that kind of a lesson with your students, you want to look at a chart. Um, and so some phonemes are represented by 2 letters, such as SH or sh, which is represented by the S and the H together in print. Other phonemes may be represented by 1 letter, such as the KS or X and X. Therefore, it is important that students learn to listen to sounds in spoken words and not rely on counting letters in printed words to determine the number of phonemes. And so, as you can see from this chart, you want to look at how to break it down for the student for first phoneme, second phoneme, third phoneme, and fourth phoneme. Important points about phonological awareness are that there's this ability to blend and segment phonemes, predicts reading skills. Phonological awareness can be taught. Phonological awareness helps with spelling, and direct explicit instruction is essential for students. So you have to make sure that you are teaching it not only in order but explicitly. Instruction should be paired with letters as soon as students can segment and blend 3 phoneme words. And 15 to 20 minutes of phonological awareness instruction a day is sufficient for young students in grades K through 1. More ways to teach this explicitly to students is mouth pictures. Letters plus mouth pictures illustrating articulation improves learning. And so you want to mouth with closed lips, letters such as B, P, and M. Teeth touching lower lip like F and V, and mouth open and lips round like the sound O. And here's just a graphic that just shows you the front, central,